Next, let's move to the cross demand. It is little complicated, that's what you need to pay more attention here. Cross means, see, you will find a cross relationship. Look at the diagram here, what I have shown. A cross relationship is maintained. This cross demand appears in case of interrelated commodities only. Interrelated commodities means, I have said interrelated commodity means actually the commodities which fall under the category of substitutes and complements. So you will find the cross demand in case of substitutes and complements. Substitutes and complements. See, in that example we have taken example of tea and coffee. Now you see price of tea here in this example, 60 to 90 it has increased, and quantity demand reduced to 3 kilograms to 2 kilograms. So when the price of tea increases, quantity demand of tea decreases and the quantity demand of coffee increases. So price of tea increases and quantity demand of its substitutes also increases. And instead of complementary goods, this is the example of substitute has only been given because interrelated commodities are mentioned here. So in case of this typewriter, so in case of computer and printer also you will find when the price of computer increases, less number of computers will be purchased, means less number of computer printer will also be purchased. So when the price of computer increases, then quantity demand of its complements reduces. So it is like a simple phenomenon, common phenomenon of law of demand, whatever. But when price changes, quantity demand of its complements also changes, or quantity demand of its substitutes also changes. Since price of one commodity quantity demand of one commodity changes with the price change in price of the other interrelated commodities, that is why cross relationship is maintained. Look at the cross relationship: quantity demand of tea and price of coffee, then price of coffee and quantity demand of price of tea, quantity demand of coffee. See, the cross relationship is maintained here. So that is why such type of demand is called the cross demand. Tell me now, 2 uh, time I am giving you. So any question you tell me.
স্যার লাকি লেট হয়ে গেছে, ও জয়েন্ট হতে পারছে না।
Left or she did not join from the beginning? Lucky
ওকে স্যার,
joined in the beginning, or now she is joining?
She was in the meeting from the beginning, sir.
Acha, okay. Have admitted her. Any question now? I shall teach this one, and this one. No, up to this. No, up to this. I will be discussing.
Sir, can you repeat the last one once again, please?
Which one? Cross demand.
Yes, sir.
Cross demand means there will be a cross relationship. When we talk about cross demand, you have to remember the cases of substitutes and complements. What are the substitutes? The products which are substituted to each other, not consumed together. Tea and coffee. Tea and coffee, either we drink tea or we drink coffee. Say fish and meat, either we eat fish or we eat meat. Like this, tea and coffee, either we drink tea or we drink coffee. Complements. This computer printer will be purchased only when there is computer. Otherwise, computer printer cannot work. So if there is no computer printer. If the computer in an office, for example, there are 50 computers. So maximum 50 computer printer can be purchased. Yes, there are options to connect more than one, forget about it. So maximum 50 can be connected. Now in a office, after that, suppose 50 out of 50, 30 has been ejected. So 20, 30 has been means 20, another printer will only be possible to work, can only be possible to function with the remaining 20 computers. So when the computers reduces, printer also reduces. Computer increases, printer also increases. But in case of tea and coffee is different. When consumption of tea reduces, consumption of coffee increases. When consumption of coffee reduces, consumption of tea increases. Because what happens? Because this is the drinking habit. Drinking habit. So drinking habit won't be changed, but the quantities or the products may be changed. Products may be changed. So in case of substitutes, if one increases, another decreases. One decreases, another increases. But in case of complements, if reduces, both will reduce. If increases, both will increase. So here cross demand appears in case of substitutes and complements. So the example what has been given here in the slide, the example of substitutes, tea and coffee. So when the price of tea increases from 60 to 90 rupees, then automatically people will jump to purchase coffee because price of coffee remain unchanged. So when price of tea increases, automatically by the law of demand, price of tea will be quantity demand of tea will reduce, but quantity demand of coffee will increase because people will purchase more coffee rather than tea because tea price has increased. So when price of one commodity tea increases, quantity demand of coffee also increases. So price of one commodity influences the quantity demand of another commodity. It is proportionate, but whatever proportionate or non-proportionate, we'll examine it afterwards. But here if we consider about influencing factors, then price of tea influences the quantity demand of coffee. And in case of complementary products also same thing, price of computer influences quantity demand of computer printer. If less computers are purchased, less computer printer will also be purchased. So in case of interrelated products, this cross relationship appears. Since cross relationship appears, cross relationship appears due to change in price of the interrelated commodities, so there occurs cross demand. So you need to mark here, in case of cross demand, cross relationship must be maintained, and that appears in case of interrelated commodities only. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, next class I shall ask you those things. Then demand schedule. Demand schedule is what? It is a list. It's a list of what? Price and quantity demand combination. Here in our example we have taken the quantity demand quantity demand of sugar and price of sugar. Suppose price of sugar is 40 rupees per kilogram, then quantity demand is 1 kilogram when the income is, for example, 100 rupees. So income remains same, income is not changing, 100 rupees. Price of sugar has reduced to 30 rupees. Then consumer may purchase more sugar, Again it reduced to 20 rupees, consumer may purchase again more. Reduced to 10 rupees, can purchase again more. So you see, price quantity combinations are 40, when price is 40, quantity demand is 1. So 40, 1 combination. Second combination 30, 2, second combination. Then third combination 20, 4, third combination. Price quantity combination or quantity demand price combination, whatever, which one you write first, the combination has also to be started with that amount first. So price 10, quantity demand 6, 10, 6. So those are the combinations. Those combinations are listed, price against the quantity demand of that particular commodity, quantity demand of that particular commodity. So those list is considered as the demand schedule. Demand schedule. So this demand schedule, this is a list of a particular consumer or a particular commodity. So if those lists in a market, actually there are many customers, many consumers. Here the demand schedule presents the demand, quantity demand and price combinations of a particular consumer with a given level of income, a fixed level of income. Now in a market there are many customers. In a market there are many customers, and those customers are purchasing. They all of them have the schedule, different price and quantity. So if all quantity demand of all the customers of a particular product are added against the same price, because market price is same. In the market, sugar price is 40 rupees. So sugar is sold at 40 rupees to the customer A, to the consumer B, to the consumer C, to the consumer D. So all consumers are purchasing the different levels of sugar as per the amount of the as per their level of income, but market price all of them are facing same. So at same price level, different customers are purchasing different amounts of sugar. If you add all the amounts of sugar purchased by all consumers, and if you make the schedule against the same price, that will give you the market demand schedule. Look at the market demand schedule. It is the addition of demand schedule of all individuals in a particular product in a market, in the market. So you see, consumer A, B have been considered. Say for example, there are two consumers, consumer A and consumer B. Quantity demand of sugar for consumer A is 1 at rupees 40 per kilogram, and quantity demand of consumer B is 9 kilogram. So since there are two consumers in a market, so you add 1 plus 9 equal to 10. So the combination is 40-10, market demand schedule. Second consumer, 2 plus 23, 25, so 30-25. Third combination, 20 and 29, 4 plus 25. Fourth combination, 10 plus 30, 10, 36, 6 plus 30. So this is market demand schedule. If you plot those market demand schedule or individual demand schedule, this schedule or this schedule, in a graph paper, then after that, if you plot those points in a graph and if you add those, you will get a curve. That curve is called that curve is called demand curve. See different points of those A, B, those are different combinations. After that combinations are added, when these combinations are added, you see a curve appears, is called the demand curve. Demand curve may be the individual demand curve may be the market demand curve. Whether individual or market demand curve, due to the nature of the relationship between price and quantity demand, the demand curve is downward sloping. So why the demand curve is downward sloping, I shall explain in the next class. But before that, I shall explain in the next class what is demand curve again. So this is all about today's class. If you have any question, I want to give you 1 minute time. If you have any question, you ask me the question. I shall give you the answer. After that, I want to know from you whether you have understood or not, what you have understood, etc., etc. Students,
Sir,
Yes.
sir, can
Yes,
you
tell.
explain again market demand schedule?
Market demand schedule is a list. Schedule means the list. Okay. List of what? List of quantity demand and price. Quantity demand. Suppose market price of a commodity is 40. That means if you want to buy 1 kilogram of sugar, you have to pay 40 rupees to the shopkeeper. Then he will give you 1 kilogram of sugar. Suppose your income is 100 rupees or 200 rupees. So since your income is 200 rupees, you have several things to buy. Several commodities are demanded, needed by the consumer that you have known from the problems of the economy. So sugar is one of them. So you have planned you can spend 40 rupees, so that's what you buy 1 kilogram of sugar, because market price of 1 kilogram of sugar is 40 rupees. So you buy 1 kilogram of sugar. After that, what happens? The market price of sugar has reduced. When the market price of sugar reduces, then suppose it reduces to 30 rupees. You have actually 40 rupees to spend, so you can buy more than 1 kilogram, say 1 kilogram or 250 grams. But here I have written 2 kilograms if you want to spend more. But whether it is 1 kilogram 250 grams or 2 kilograms, but you are purchasing more. You are purchasing more. So again it reduces to 20 rupees, again you are purchasing more. So here a list is presented, list of what? Price and quantity demand against different combinations. What are those combinations? 41. 41 means when price of sugar is 40 rupees, you make the demand of sugar 1 kilogram. When the price of sugar is 30 rupees, you make the demand, or you demand the price of you demand of 2 kilograms of sugar. Price of sugar is 20 rupees, you create the demand of sugar, demand for sugar 4 kilograms. So those are the combinations. Those are the combinations. If those combinations are plotted, are listed, then a schedule is prepared. That schedule is called the demand schedule. That schedule is called the demand schedule. Then this is actually the demand schedule of a particular consumer for a particular product. If you look into the market, there is not only one customer, only one consumer available in the market. There are many consumers in a market. Suppose in the next slide what I have given here, it is considered there, suppose there are two customers or two consumers available in the market. So those two consumers have different level of income. So against their income, say first consumer, consumer A, creates the demand of sugar of 1 kilogram against rupees 40. So when the market price of sugar is 40 rupees, then the customer A purchase 1 kilogram and customer B purchase 9 kilograms at rupees 40 per kilogram, price of rupees 40 per kilogram. So at rupees 40 in a market, how much is purchased? 1 plus 9, 10 kilograms. So combination becomes 40-10 in case of market demand schedule. When price falls to 40 to 30, first consumer, consumer A creates demand of 2 kilogram because price reduces, quantity demand increases, and consumer B again increases the quantity demand 23 kilograms, 9 to 23 kilograms. So together how much is purchased from that market? 2 plus 23, 25. So combination is 30, 25. Thirdly, when the again price reduces to 20 rupees, first consumer price increase reduces means quantity demand will increase, purchases 4 kilogram, and second consumer purchases 25 kilogram. So 4 plus 25, 29 kilograms. So third combination becomes 20, 29. These combinations may be written as 40, 10, 30, 25, 20, 29, or in reverse way 10, 40, 25, 30, 29, 20. Because you have to mention price quantity combination or quantity price combination. As you will write in the same way, you will be presenting the combinations in your notebook. So this is also a list. This list shows the price and market demand of a product or the demand for a product in a particular market. So since it is a list against different price and quantity combinations in a market, that is why it is called market demand schedule. After that, I have said, if those demand schedule, individual demand schedule or market demand schedule are plotted in a graph paper, and if you add those points which you have plotted, then there appears a curve. This curve is called the demand curve. If it is from individual demand schedule, then individual demand curve. If it is from market demand schedule, then that becomes the market demand curve. That's what I have said. Are you clear? Who asked me the question?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Clear, Hardik. So now
Yes,
switch
sir.
on. Yes. Clear, no? Switch on your video now. Good, good. Sahil, any question?
No, sir.
No, sir. Samim, any question?
No, sir.
No, sir. Sukarna, any question?
No, sir.
Lucky,
No, sir.
any question?
No.
No. So I have some questions. Suresh Bagri, you tell me what I have taught today. First, adjust your camera, mobile or something that your face is not visible to me. Adjust your camera. This mobile may be little down. I don't find. Suresh Bagri. Suresh Bagri. Unmute yourself, Suresh. Am I audible to you, Suresh?
No, sir, you're not audible. Yes, the
Yes.
network problem, sir.
So I am getting. So now you can find my voice that I have said. You tell me what I have taught.
Hello?
Yes, tell me what I have taught today. What have you learned today?
Hello?
Achha, okay, wait for the next day we'll answer. Hardik,
Yes, sir.
so you are not with formal dress.
No, sir. I'm not in my house, sir.
So wherever you are, you should be prepared for attending class. You should carry
Okay,
your formal dress.
I will remember that, sir.
Yeah. So what have I taught you today?
Sir, theory of demand. One second, sir. Can I
What?
open my notebook, sir?
Yes, definitely. There is no problem at
The
all.
theory of demand, definition of demand,
Okay.
conditions of demand, determination of demand,
Or
and
influencing
types of
factors.
demand.
Good,
Types of
good, very
demand.
good. Uh, Very good. How many types of demand, Aman? Aman Gupta, how many types of demand? How many types of demand, Aman? Samim, how many types of demand?
Hello?
Yes, tell me.
Sir, three
How many?
types of demand.
Nine, sir.
Yes. Very good, very good. What are those?
Income demands, cost
Good,
demands, and price demands.
good, very good. Subham, what is cross demand?
Sir, cross demand is basically that the substitute. I'm giving an example like
Yeah.
just you have said like tea and coffee. The price
Hmm.
increase as per the market economy of the substitute. For example, the tea is not available, the coffee is available, so the price is increasing. The price is
No,
increasing.
not available. Don't say not available. Price of tea has increased.
Oh, acha, acha, okay. So then the price of tea has increased and the coffee has price of the coffee has decreased. So there will be
may not
more
decrease. Price of coffee may not decrease. It may remain same even.
Okay.
So tell me.
That depends on the people that who wants to take what thing. Like I prefer coffee, like you prefer tea. That there are more quantities of people who like coffee. So said
Yes,
that
that is right. But your constant is your income.
Yes.
So if price of tea increases very high, then it may not be possible for you. Your income may not
Yes.
permit. No, that's what
Yes.
you are bound to shift.
Yes,
Bound to
that's
shift.
why I'm shifting to the coffee. That's why I'm shifting to coffee.
Yeah. Yes, very good, very good. Compliments, Lucky. How does it appears in case of compliments? Cross demand.
So one second. Complementary products are those like which we use together. For
Yes, very good.
example, computer and printer. So we
Good,
need
good.
printer with
Yeah.
computer. So basically those which can be used as together. And
But
as
price.
Shubham said, substitute are those which are alternative products.
No, I'm not asking you the substitute. So in case of complements, what happens? Suppose price of a product, suppose computer increases, automatically the consumption purchase will be less. So automatically the computer printer will also be purchased less. So in case of computer and computer printer, when the price of a product increases, then quantity demand of its complements decreases.
Also increases.
Dhruv?
Yes, sir.
What did I teach you today? What have I taught you today?
So the overall topic of today's class was the theory of demand. In that we learned about definition of demand. Then we learned about determinants of demand. Then the types of demand, then demand schedule, and somewhat we learned about demand curve as well.
Yeah, demand curve again. I shall be starting from next class. Okay, demand curve. Just initially, I have started to give you to make the link so that it would be easier for me next day to start demand curve as I have already mentioned today. So it would be easier for you to make the link. Anybody else? Munsi, Khurshid, do you want to share anything? See, you have to develop your leadership skill. You have to speak. Unless you do that, it won't be possible. Cooperation is required. We are trying. Unless you try, then how to work?
Yes,
To
sir.
work it, you need to speak. Munsi Khurshid, you tell anything?
Sir, today we learned theory of demand and definition of demand,
Good.
condition of demand, determination of demand,
Okay.
types of demand.
Okay. What are the determinants, Munsi?
Sir, determinants
1, 2, 3.
demand
Whatever
price
you
of the
remember.
own,
Yes,
the
very
price
good.
of
Price of
the
the
own community,
commodity.
commodity. Sorry.
Yeah.
And taste and preference.
So whenever you will be asked to ask a question about the demand, determinants of demand or influencing factors of demand, first 3 factors you must mention. You should not forget. Most important: price of the own commodity, price of interrelated commodities, and income of the consumer. After that, out of other 4, if you mention 1, 2, 3, it's okay. But you should not forget to mention these first 3. Those are most popular and important. If you don't write, your marks will be deducted.
Okay, sir.
Anyway, thank you very much. Uh, I want somebody should send the attendance report to Sarda madam.